Tom, great to see you out on the course today. Really enjoyed the day. Just to recap on the observations that I made in regards to your on-course play. First of all, the work that we've been doing on the range is standing you in good stead. You can see now the much better setup position here on the 17th tee. Ball position back in the stance a little bit. Handle of the club more in line with the top of the golf ball. Handle forward, ball back as per your other lessons. As we take the club back, much more centred, still a little bit of a move off it to the right. However, the wind was very strong today, so I'm going to forgive you moving off it that little bit, especially when the wind was so much off the right, like it was on this particular tee shot. But having said that, from the top of to the top of the backswing, much more centred, and we view you here on the 10th tee. Again, from behind, we can see that with much less spine tilt away from your target at that point, much more upright in the spine, therefore you haven't made as much of a move off the ball as you were doing. One of the issues we've still got, however, is that as we watch it from down the line, the club still tends to work a little bit too much to the left on the way through. You can see there, again, swinging a little bit more to the left than you would want as you come through the golf ball, so the club isn't tracing the path properly as you come through. The main reason that your ball or that your club works left a little bit too much to impact is that your hips don't move forward enough in your downswing, which, to be fair, was the gist of your last lesson. If we watch you here now in relation to the line near your left hip, you can see as you drive through there's a tendency to clear. There is a little bit of lateral movement, but not enough to keep the club going down the line for long enough. As a result, you see that left leg bracing, the left heel lifting. And as a result, the club works to the left of impact, which can lead to the odd pull or a little bit of a leak out to the right. Again, if we watch it from from behind, you can see again that the hips tend to clear rather than move forward. Now, the wind was strong off your left on that one, so again there's going to be more of a tendency to clear rather than drive forward. So we still need to work on getting those hips to move forward further or for longer during the downswing. So keep working on that movement of the hips. Also keep working on that centre position going back. One of the exercises I mentioned to you today was to make some swings with your left eye closed. You're going to try and keep the golf ball in your vision. If your left eye's closed, your right eye is the only one in operation, you're going to tend to try and stay on top of the ball a little bit more during your backswing, thus reducing the move off the golf ball. Having said that, one little tweak I'd like to see you make at setup in all your shots. I'm just going to take you back down here now and get rid of the lines. As we can see down with your putter, you tend to get a little bit knock-kneed with that left knee. The right knee tends to be directly over the top of the right foot, but the left knee is sort of tweaked in a little bit. And we can see again, if we look at you from the rear view here, you can see that the right knee is over the top of the right foot, but the left knee is kinked in to the inside of the left foot. And again, if we look at you on driver from face on, the tendency here is for this knee to again be directly over the foot, and this knee to be just in a little bit. And one of the problems with that is one of the moves we've got to make, if the hips are going to move far enough forward in the downswing, then the left knee has to move forward in the downswing also. I'm just going to get rid of those lines and put the other ones on. There's the left knee position at setup. As you start your downswing, your left knee now should travel forward in front of your left foot, and you can see that it never does that. It stays behind all the time. So I'd like to see it set up as you get your knees over the top of your feet. You can see the example here we've got on your right leg, right knee out over the top of the right foot. You've just got to try and create the same position in regards to your left knee. That's a balance issue. We can work on that a little bit more in your next lesson, but obviously the better position you can get it set up makes your downswing that little bit easier to create. Other observations in regards to your knockdown shots, we can see here that we're trying to play that knockdown wedge. This is you moving the ball back in your stance Initially the ball was too far forward in the stance to produce the trajectory that we wanted. This was on the 8th hole. You consequently moved it back, and as we said, the ball position needs to be appropriate for the type of shot that you're trying to play. You were trying to bump this one in low, keep it under the wind, keep it up to the right of the pin. Therefore we want the ball further back in the stance so that we can make sure we're attacking the ball from the inside whilst also keeping the flight down. You can see as you take it back, however, if you're trying to play a low shot, you'd want to see less hinging in the wrist at that point, a little bit more armsy, a little bit less wristy. The more wrist you incorporate in the backswing, the more trajectory you tend to get on your shots. So when you're playing those little knockdown shots from 100 yards and in, you want to keep the flight down, take the wrist out of the swing. Almost the image you would need to have is like Steve Stricker, very, very non-wristy during his golf swing. That's going to keep the flight of your golf ball down and allow you to control the trajectory better when you need to. And just a quick word on your putting. I think mechanically your putting looks pretty sound. I'd like to see you widen your stance, get you lower to the ground, and the same address idea as with your longer clubs, where we get those knees a little bit more evenly positioned. However, your key thing for me with your putting, as you proved today during the latter holes, is you've got to increase the intensity level at which you're going about your putts. You seem very, very comfortable to just hit decent putts and see if they go in. You've got to try and up the intensity a little bit, Tom, and try and force the issue. Try and make yourself hold some putts. Putt like your life depends on it for a round or two. See if you start to hold a few more putts. You certainly did on the back nine today. Looked a different player once you got the putter going. 4 under on the back nine. Fantastic knocking today. Good luck with it. Speak to you again soon. Keep up the good work. Well done.